All right, Lindsay, let's take a look at one of your slalom runs. We'll watch it in regular motion, then slow it down. All right, let's slow that down, and maybe we'll just watch a little first in slow motion. You know what I look for in good skiing is being in the front of the boot, producing angles, pole plant, and motion. And that motion needs to be, moving through the transition, taking it down the hill, making sure we get our hips up over the boot at the top of the turn. And if you watch this, it's kind of staticky, not a whole lot of motion, kind of in a static position. Um, so that's number one. Got to move through the transition, bring the hips up over the boots, get a little bit in the back seat. But there's some good stuff for sure. I'd like to see you pole plant a little earlier. Also like to see you clear the gates with your pole a little more horizontal to the snow, your ski pole. So when you block it and clear it out of the way, you could literally just take that pole that you had, if it's up in here, and just drop it to the ground for a pole plant. Modern slalom pole plant is more of a touch to the side. I like to see you should be pole planting right now. Just drop it into the ground. A nice early pole plant. The end of the turn helps us get recentered, rebalanced, start the transition, move to the new ski. Your pole plant comes in right about there. That's late. So you're kind of late for this one here. Now this one's coming at you kind of fast. I don't think you knew what to do, and so you really actually just kind of turned the skis really too early. So here we are in a rise line where we typically want our skis to be pointing out and away from the gate a bit to bring some shape back to it. Where could you go from here if you were actually pressuring the skis and arcing and carving? You'd straddle that thing. So you couldn't really pressure them. You just kind of hung. Got your tips past the gate, and there's your pressure down in here. Now we see the bend in the ski. I want to see that ski bending right there. Top of the turn. We should be pressuring the skis, really the outside ski, because we're skiing outside ski to outside ski. We should be pressuring from rise line through fall line. Your pressure here is really past rise line. Past fall line. The skis are now going across the hill is where your main pressure is after fall line. And we want it to be mostly in the fall line. Think of it as rise line through fall line. So obviously you were a little late and low down here. But you recovered. But you can kind of see as you go through here, hips are back at the end of the turn, which is normal. But we never really bring them forward. Hard to see there, obviously, but there we can see them. Never really moved upper body kind of in that sitting position. And here, got a little movement, but we can have more. But it got better down here. These are pretty good turns. Because here, we're a little more patient. Intersecting rise line right there with our skis pointed more out and away from the pole, which allows us to now bring some shape back and to the pole, have our turn done with direction done on the gate. You're rolling up nicely there. Pretty much matching angles. Hips a little more forward there, which is good. Seem to be in the front of the boot. I will say I'm not seeing a whole lot of bend in the outside ski that really suggesting we're kind of two-footed. Skiing equally on both feet, and we really want to be outside ski. So we got to make sure we got all our weight on the outside ski, but pretty level, right? That's nice. Nice level shoulders, kind of square down the hill. Pole plant maybe a tad early, but not bad. And I like the fact that, where your orientation is down the hill. That's good. Square down the hill. We need that little counter down the hill in the transition. But right here is where, when your skis cross under you to the other side, and you're trying to cross over them, you should be now moving forward. You should be moving the upper body and the body just forward down the hill, just on the inside of that next red gate. Bringing your hips up over the boots and your feet almost now behind you. Remember, as the skis cross under us, we got to cross over going down the hill. You got to keep taking it down the hill. But a little bit kind of passive in here. But a good turn there. Brought shape back to the pole. Not bad. Like the turn shape. So some good stuff there for sure. So let's make sure that we are, planting our pole earlier. We're gonna clear the gate with a more horizontal or parallel to the snow ski pole. So we're gonna just drop it immediately with our wrist, do a tap. We're gonna move forward through the transition, taking it really down the hill. Remember, as the skis cross under us, we cross over and keep moving down the hill. We want to stay in the corridor of this thing. And sometimes just, make sure we're a little patient, not start that turn too early. Want to intersect rise line with the skis pointing out and away from the pole, assuming it's offset. So bring shape back to the pole. We want to get it done above. All right, we're looking to have, basically, our turn shape should be like this with the gate, somewhere here. All right, so let's make sure we bring shape back to the pole, turning above it, and that should help.